Hello, and welcome to the Designing with Love podcast. I am your host, Jackie Pellegrin, where my goal is to bring you information, tips, and tricks as an instructional designer. Hello, instructional designers and educators. Welcome to episode 85 of the Designing with Love podcast. In this episode, we'll dive into how game elements can increase learner engagement and motivation. You may be asking yourself, how do I effectively turn training into play? Let's explore how gamification can supercharge motivation and retention. So, grab your notebook, a cup of coffee, and settle in as we explore this topic together. All right, let's set the stage with a simple principle that keeps your design focused. Start with the outcomes, not points. If the learning isn't clear, the game won't save it. State the performance outcome. After this, learners will be able to then pick specific mechanics that serve the outcome, such as decision paths for critical thinking, time challenges for recall fluency, and cases that can be unlocked for advanced application. Here's a quick pulse check. If I stripped the game layer, would the learning still work? If not, realign the activity to the outcome. With outcomes set, let's talk about the game pieces that do the real work. Core mechanics that matter. Think in progress loops, levels, a simple progress bar, and a small wins that keep momentum visible. Tight feedback, immediate, specific coaching after each decision. Meaningful rewards. Points are fine, but connect badges to real skills or access, like a bonus scenario, so they feel earned, not handed out. Next up, the secret sauce, story and challenge. Keep it simple and purposeful. Narrative and challenge design. Wrap tasks in a clear role and mission. Who am I? What's at stake? And what's the time box? Start with safe wins, then escalate difficulty as skills build. Remember good friction versus bad friction. Puzzling decisions equals good, while extra clicks and slow loading equals bad. Now let's make it human, because motivation is at the core of our needs. Autonomy, social play, and psychological needs. Autonomy, social play, and psychological needs. Autonomy. Let learners choose a role or path, or take an optional side quest. Competence. Scaffold challenges so growth is visible. Relatedness. Try co-op missions or team goals. Use leaderboards sparingly. Opt in or make them team-based so they motivate without shaming. Finally, let's get practical about the common traps and how to flip them into learning wins you can measure. Avoiding pitfalls and measuring what matters. Pitfall number 1, points without purpose. What happens? Learners chase points and rush, but do not improve. Flip it. Tie rewards to mastery evidence, not seat time. For example, award a badge only when a learner demonstrates a skill threshold in a scenario. What to measure? Mastery rate, the percentage of learners who meet a defined rubric level. Median attempts to mastery. This should decrease over time. And finally, a retention check. Compare a 2-week reattempt score to the first mastery score. Pitfall number 2, leaderboards that demotivate the middle. What happens? The same few names stay on top while others disengage. Flip it. Use co-op goals such as team shields or tiered personal bests, where learners try to beat their own prior score. Make leaderboards opt-in or team-based. What to measure? Opt-in rate to competitive features. Participation from the rest of the group, not just the top names. And personal best improvement. Are people beating their own prior scores? Pitfall number 3, one-size-fits-all challenge. What happens? Tasks are too easy for some and too hard for others. Flip it. Add adaptive difficulty and just-in-time hints, while also letting learners choose a role or difficulty lane. What to measure? First attempt success by segment such as novice, intermediate, and advanced. Success after hints. Does using a hint lead to success within 2 steps? And then time to completion spread. A narrowing range suggests better difficulty fit. Pitfall number 4, Cosmetic narrative with no decisions. What happens? A pretty story wrapper, but choices do not matter. Flip it. Design meaningful branches with trade-offs like budget versus quality or speed versus accuracy, and show visible consequences. What to measure? Branch diversity, the number of unique paths taken per 100 learners. Decision quality index, a rubric-scored rationale or outcome. And a voluntary replay, or try alternate paths. Pitfall number 5, shipping without a control. What happens? You cannot tell if gamification changed anything. Flip it. Run a small comparison, such as a gamified version compared to the original version, or a pre- and post comparison with the same cohort. What to measure? Completion difference, comparing the gamified version to the original. Decision accuracy difference on scenario items, and a job-related behavior metric that improves within 30 to 60 days. For example, fewer phishing clicks or fewer rework tickets. Now that we have mapped the 5 common traps to fixes and meaningful metrics, let's turn that into a single plan you can run next week. Here's your quick, lightweight measurement plan. First, capture a baseline, which is current completion, average scenario score, and 1 behavior metric. Then instrument 3 events, such as progress bar viewed, badge awarded for mastery, and scenario decision made, including the outcome. Then run 1 week comparing 2 versions, the gamified version compared to the original. Finally, call it success if completion increases by 5 to 10%. Decision accuracy increases by 8 to 10 points, and at least 1 behavior metric improves. Great. Now that you have a simple plan in hand, let me ground it with a detailed composite scenario you can model in your own context. Compliance that learners actually finish. Here's the scenario. Imagine the annual information security course that is sent to employees. Learners can't skip ahead. They must view each screen and then take a 10-question quiz at the end. The quiz allows unlimited retakes from a small item bank. What typically happens? People rush through the slides, guess their way through the quiz, miss the same 2 or 3 questions repeatedly, and end up retaking the quiz multiple times just to pass, without retaining the behaviors the organization actually needs. What could you change? Mission framing. Recast the course as a branch response quest with 3 short decision-based scenarios, such as phishing email, USB drop, and data request. Progress you can feel. Replace the linear menu with a mission board and add a visible progress bar so momentum is obvious. Mastery-based rewards. Unlock badges only when a learner demonstrates a skill. For example, Fish Hunter for catching subtle red flags in context. Quality over guessing. Swap the end-of-course quiz for a checkpoint scenario. Learners advance when their decisions meet a rubric, not simply after a number of items. Smart retries. Encourage voluntary replays with a beat your personal best prompt and a brief what I'll do differently next time reflection. Team energy. Offer a department-level digital shield when 90% of learners achieve an 85% or higher decision score. Here's what you might see. Fewer repeat quiz attempts and higher first-pass decision quality once choices happen in context. More voluntary replays aimed at improving scenario outcomes, not just guessing. Better, more targeted questions in office hours or discussion threads, which is evidence of deeper processing. A job-related behavior shift within 30 to 60 days, such as fewer phishing clicks or fewer rework tickets. As you test this, look for the following. Completion improvement when you compare the gamified version to the original. Decision accuracy improvement on scenario items. And first-pass decision quality and voluntary replays trending in the right direction. And most importantly, a behavior shift within 30 to 60 days. For example, fewer phishing clicks. Ready to test this without a big rebuild? Here's a tiny pilot you can try next week. Call to action. 1 week gamification pilot. Pick 1 existing module and add 3 light lift elements, such as a simple progress bar, 1 badge tied to a specific skill, and a short narrative introduction that sets the role, mission, and stakes. Then, compare completion, time on task, and post-quiz decision quality against your non-gamified version. If you do try this, please share your takeaways with me on LinkedIn or leave a quick voice message on the show's page. I would love to spotlight your results in a future episode. To make this easy, I've added a one-page gamification pilot checklist as a public Canva template. Grab the link in the show notes, copy it, and make it your own. Before we close out the episode, I would like to share an inspiring quote by Jane McGonigal, a game designer, researcher, and author of Reality is Broken. Games work because they align clear goals, simple rules, tight feedback, and voluntary participation. These 4 elements map neatly to learning. Goals as outcomes, rules as constraints, feedback as coaching, and voluntary participation as autonomy. If today's micromechanics got you inspired, we'll zoom out in a future episode to build a full virtual playground. Progression maps, feedback loops, and simple areas that connect across modules. As you design this week, choose one mechanic that truly serves the outcome and let learners level up on purpose, not just for points. Thank you for taking some time to listen to this podcast episode today. Your support means the world to me. If you'd like to help keep the podcast going, you can share it with a friend or colleague, leave a heartfelt review, or offer a monetary contribution. Every act of support, big or small, makes a difference, and I'm truly thankful for you.